Alright, 14, 13, synced up.
Yes, sir.
Alright, hello everybody. This is a GamerMovies.org showcast, Honcast, between KD Gaming, the old KD Gaming, and unZ. My name is CSNJesse, and joining me today is the ever lovely Fruit. How are you doing, Fruit?
Oh, thank you. You're so kind. I'm doing well tonight. How about yourself?
I am alright, I'm okay. I'm a little tired. Doing well.
Okay.
Let's just quickly go over the bands here before the picks start.
All right, band. We've got Flint Beast Wood, Soul Stealer, Thunderbringer, Witchslayer, Dr. Repulsor, and Jester. I like the Repulsor and Soul Stealer bands. Those are they're really strong heroes. Getting them out of the game is a good idea. I'm kind of curious about the Jester and Witchslayer bands, but I guess you know what? Everybody has their own strategies. Witchslayer is a pretty strong hero. He's useful in almost any lineup, so getting rid of him kind of limits some choices. What do you think?
I think they're fairly standard bans actually for the most part, except for the Soul Stealer ban. He was nerfed a couple patches ago, and if I'm correct, this game was played at patch 14. So currently, Soul Stealer might have just been nerfed, or it hasn't been nerfed yet. So he's definitely worth the ban. He's definitely a strong hero either way. So the Witchslayer ban, really just a solid ban overall. Really useful hero all around. Other than that, pretty standard bans. You see Andromeda being first picked on the Legion side, or Hellborn side rather. Really strong tri-lane hero. Same deal with Glacius and Forsaken Archer. We'll look to see what they decide to pick up next. This game could really go either way from here. It is a scrim. There is no money in the line, so usually they do go out and pick some random stuff off the wall because there is nothing but PSR on the line. So hopefully we'll see an exciting game here.
Yeah, I like these high-level scrims. Really shows people's talents. When there's no money on the line, you kind of see some of the different lineups. You get to see some new strategies, people trying out new things. It can be really exciting. So I really want to see this match: Team KD against Team Disco. We'll see how that goes. I like the Devourer being right-clicked on the Legion team. I'm gonna go ahead and say they're probably not gonna pick him, but it would be awesome if they did. Like I said, new heroes, new lineups, new strategies. It would be amazing if somebody played a Devourer in this game, but I'm going to say no, not going to happen.
Yeah, I don't think it will either. Devourer is a really strong hero right now, especially with the Blood Chalice. He's really solid pick. He's usually permabanned, so I wouldn't be surprised if they did pick him, but if they don't pick him, I won't be too worried either. They definitely want to, as they right-click Scout Magic. So if we see Scout, that'd be great. I think the only good Scout play I've ever seen was Chew, and that was a long time ago, but we won't get into the past here. They pick up Wretched Hag and Valkyrie on the Hellborn side. Really good tri-lane and tri-lane counter heroes. Wretched Hag's able to blink into the woods and soak up some XP. What am I trying to talk about? Really, and Valkyrie has the same thing, a really good escape mechanism. They're also very good solo mid heroes. So we'll look to see some interesting play from the Hellborn team. They're actually right-clicking Polywog Priest, which is he's never really picked up in competitive play, and they're also picking right-clicking Madman, which is also interesting. Polywog isn't picked very often, even though he's a beautiful hero. His tower pushing ability is ridiculous, probably the best in the game aside from maybe a backdoor War Beast. I don't know. Anyway, hopefully they'll pick him up, and they do decide to pick up Polywog Priest. This is looking like an interesting lineup. I've never seen something like this before from any team, really. They don't really pick up Polywog Priest and Madman in the same lineup, let alone either one in standard pick. So you can definitely tell that this is a scrim.
It's a lot of synergy on the Legion team. They've got Glacius for the mana aura, and then you have 2 or 3 heavy mana using heroes. Polywog Priest, lots of mana. Electric Jolt. He's probably going to be going up against Hag in the middle, so the Jolt's going to let him get a lot of CS off the start. Hopefully compete with Hag on those last hits. Madman definitely a mana intensive hero, and Forsaken Archer can be if played a certain way. But then again, we also have Polywog Priest and Forsaken Archer, really strong pusher heroes, and Ophelia being picked up here by the Legion side, so very strong push capability on the Legion side. And we actually have Pestilence and Plague Rider, a Plague on the Hellborn side. Very strong team, lots of physical damage to be put out by Pestilence, and good team fight ability by Plague Rider. So I think with both of these teams being rounded up, we'll definitely have an interesting match.
I certainly hope so. The pushing ability rather on the Legion team is really strong, especially with Ophelia. Although Ophelia was nerfed a couple patches ago, which is why you almost never see him anywhere at all. But she still is a really strong hero. Gets the Whispering Helm, gets lots of minions, is able to push down towers for a joke. We'll definitely be looking to see an exciting game, and Here we go.
Here we go.
Nice Mario impression.
I'm going to say whoever wins the loading race is going to win the match. That's my prediction.
That's usually how it goes.
Yeah, it
also,
is.
There's a couple theories of how games are won. The loading race, there's also the way that the faces are facing. As you notice, Ophelia's looking to the left while everybody else is looking to the right. So there's definitely a disadvantage there, as we do see Polywog Priest and Glacius winning. So I don't know, is the faces, like on the Legion team, or on the Hellborn team, all the faces are facing to the right, so they definitely have a right advantage. Maybe they'll look to push this right lane or bottom lane.
So
I don't
which
know.
way was Madman looking? Can't really tell.
I don't know if you take a look at the... he's kind of looking straight on, hasn't he? Oh, wild card.
Okay, so now that we've loaded up into the game here, we have Polywog Priest looking like he's going to be rushing bottle up here. He's definitely going mid, 2 Minor Totems and Runes of the Blight. He's going to be going mid against probably Wretched Hag here right as we're crossing the 1 minute mark. Looking top lane, we're going to have Pestilence and Plague Rider, standard item builds on them. We've got a Hatchet and stat items. We also have wards being bought by the Plague Rider. And Andromeda looks like she's going to be joining them up top for a tri-lane with Valkyrie rounding out the bottom lane here for the Hellborn team.
Absolutely, yeah. And we do have some four heroes or so grouping up down here at the top rune, maybe try to pick up a gank. Unfortunately, Ophelia did pick up Command first, which is standard, but if she does manage to pick up Nature's Wrath, it does give a damage increase ability on heroes. And with the Crippling Volley and the Glacius slower freeze, depending on what he decides to pick up, it definitely can kill a hero really fast. I'm not sure if they're going to try lane with Ophelia or have her jungle and then come in whenever she needs to. That's actually a really versatile skill. Usually with a tri-lane hero, they have one hero in the jungle kind of just pulling creeps the entire time while they're carrying, one hero kind of babysits them. So with an Ophelia, you can kind of just send her off into the jungle and farm, and then when they need the extra hero, she can just run in with a creep or whatever. As you see Madman picking up a regeneration rune here, going down towards the bottom lane with the courier kind of just chilling out over there. I don't know why they were doing that, but anyway. As all the heroes kind of head towards their lane.
And Ophelia placing a ward of sight, maybe looking like she's going to be jungling the Hellborn jungle, which is very risky but can pay off very well. You're denying some of the experience from the Hellborn team. Meanwhile, you're getting your jungle on, getting your jungle boogie going down. We'll see if that pays off for her and whether she can stay hidden and not get caught by this Hellborn tri-lane.
I certainly hope so. This is definitely going to throw them off a little bit with her jungling in the Hellborn tri-lane, as you do see. The two teams kind of sizing each other up. Plague Rider and Andromeda kind of looking to maybe go on this forsaken archer who might have been caught out of position, but they were unfortunately a little too slow, spotted by the archer. Down bottom, Madman's kind of just using his stock for last hitting and kind of harassing Valkyrie here. She's going to definitely be looking for Bottle Fairing, and this is a patch before Bottle Fairing was nerfed. Bottle Fairing was recently nerfed, so you only get 2 charges from each time you ferried it. So Madman is definitely a lot weaker solo hero now, but in this patch, he's still really good. So we'll look to see some exciting play from him.
Now as we're passing the 1 minute 20 mark here, had some harass going out from Glacius. I'm surprised he took the Tundra Blast first. Actually not too surprised now that I think about it. It's a good idea to pick that up first and then start dumping some points into Aura. Getting Andromeda really low, having to force her to take a potion there. Bottom lane standard, work by Madman and Valkyrie, both getting pretty low. Madman doing his best to harass Valkyrie off and saying, give me some hits, woman. And mid lane, we've got Polywog Priest and Hag going off against each other. Polywog already off to an 8-5 CS start here, doing really well with that electric jolt. Trying to get as much CS as early as possible, get that bottle to him, which he actually has already. So very quick start for the Polywog Priest.
Absolutely. Up top just a couple seconds ago, they did manage to run into Ophelia a little bit, so they definitely know that she's jungling that jungle and it's an ever-present threat, so the Hellborn team is going to try to stay near their tower and try not to get pulled in. Stroking no Devourers are here, but anyway, they definitely know that she's there and definitely a threat ever-present.
Saw some action in the middle lane, Polywog Priest and Wretched Hag throwing a little damage each other's way, not enough to kill anybody, and Polywog Priest at the 2 minute 30 mark here, picking up a double damage rune, filling up his bottle again, and meanwhile Hag does not have her bottle yet, so Polywog Priest winning the mid lane so far in my opinion.
Yeah, absolutely, and it's really surprising me actually that he's actually winning the rune game right now. Madman did pick up the 0-0 rune, but a Polywog Priest should never be able to beat a Wretched Hag, and when it comes to actually grabbing runes, as you see some harassment kind of coming up from both heroes here. Madman stalking into Valkyrie and running away quite quickly, taking some counter harassment from Valkyrie. Really good play by both teams right now. Valkyrie right now has already finished her boots. Madman is
action on the top
sitting
lane
on
here.
nothing.
We've got stun coming up from Andromeda onto Glacius, chasing him into the outpost here. Not sure if we can even get a kill. Actually, a Pestilence coming in, cutting him off. Glacius is going to go down for the bloodlust kill of the game. And Forsaken Archer caught out of position here. 3 heroes on him. Might see another death here by KD. That's unfortunate. Almost getting Plague Rider before he goes down, but 2 kills early for the Hellborn team. Off to a great start for them.
And this is definitely where the Legion plan is falling short. They do have Ophelia, which is a really great asset that she's able to run in with an extra creep, which is almost like an extra hero to be able to help out ganks. But if she's all the way across the jungle, what the hell can she do, right? There's nothing they can do. So if they do manage to catch them a little bit out of position and Ophelia is not near, it's definitely going to be a kill for the Hellborn team.
You think the 2 ranged heroes top could be able to hold them off pretty well. Forsaken Archer and Glacius, a lot of range on them, but there's so much control on this Hellborn side. Plague slow. 2 stuns out from Pestilence and Andromeda. Looking to go in for a gank here on Ophelia. It's going to catch her out of position for sure. Andromeda stun goes off. Glacius trying his best to help, but he's just going to go down really quickly. Ophelia out of there. Bye. And Plague Rider running away. Pestilence might be caught here by a crippling volley. He's going to get him, but I think Pestilence is going to be able to escape. Unless we get a downtown Charlie Brown from Glacius, we do.
Yes, we do. The Glacial Blast coming out to kill him. Unfortunately, the Skeleton King playing a major role there, being able to hold him just long enough so Magix could get the crippling volley out on top of Pestilence there. So an Ophelia for a Pestilence, a fairly good trade, but this is all coming from brilliant warding from the Hellborn side. They do have a ward here on top of this little pillar down here, which is probably the best ward spot in the entire game, but it's very easy to counter. Just really good play by both teams, actually, catching Ophelia, but it's just unfortunate that Pestilence had to go down.
Absolutely. Bottom lane, meanwhile, just farming up pretty well. Madman is off to a 14-3 creep score. Valkyrie beating him a little bit, 20-11, so I think the range and superiorness is a factor in that. Madman getting lucky and dodging a call of Valkyrie there.
Yeah,
top lane,
I missed that
more action
goal.
again. Valkyrie, Forsaken Archer going down. Glacius getting caught here by Pestilence and Andromeda dying as well. And I have a feeling Ophelia is going to go down as well. So very, very big start for the Hellborn team, Team unZ here. Pestilence is going to get enough mana. This fight up here, we see a stun from Andromeda. Ophelia is most likely going to go down here unless this poured in from Forsaken Archer is going to help.
You might be able to put out the crippling volley just enough to save her. Yeah, he's definitely going to back off with the Skeleton King coming over, maybe able to hold him and get a little more harassment off. But this is where their plan is falling short once again. Ophelia, if she's not in the lane or she can't help out their tri-lane as quickly as possible, and she also can get caught out of position herself. So it's kind of counterproductive to what they're trying to do up top here. Pestilence is essentially getting free farm. Looking at his creep kills right now, he's not free farm really. It's 11-8, not too bad, but he does have 3 kills already at the 6-minute mark, which is absolutely amazing. Looking at a 5-1 kill deficit for the Legion team. Madman coming back in and putting out no harass of Valkyrie, which is a little bit off to me, but he didn't get any last hits from it. King's going out up top. Skeleton King running into Plague Rider, but nothing's going to come from that. He's just going to pick up his wards, and Skeleton King's just going to run around, waste time instead of Ophelia jungling. Actually, she is back at base. Only level 3 right now. Kind of comparable to the rest of the tri-lane here. Well, Glacius, but that's not too bad, but she does need to have a decent farm, and she does need the levels to be able to control extra minions so she can actually start pushing.
And we see another Rune of Regeneration picked up by Madman. That's his 2nd one this game, so I think that's had a big factor on him being able to stay in lane here. We see Valkyrie in this bottom lane is the #1 farmer in the game, 28 creep kills. And Madman just kind of barely hanging on, actually 26 creep kills. He's not doing too badly.
Yeah, definitely not. As we've seen a Valkyrie arrow kind of just smacking into a creep there, just barely missing black playing Madman. So that could have been dangerous up top.
Lane, Glacius is going to go down to a combo from Pestilence, and Andromeda Forsaken Archer trying his best to save his buddy, but not going to happen there. They're going to have to back off. Pestilence almost going down, but not quite. Not quite enough damage from the Legion side.
Yeah, absolutely. And this is... I think they had to really give up this tri-lane. It's really not working for them whatsoever. Magix has died twice, stuck at 129 gold per minute